Throughout my time at Press House, I've experienced and I've learned a lot. Not just because it coincidentally overlapped with my years in college, but because of the people and the opportunities here within our community. And I would like to share a few of my stories and nuggets of wisdom that I've discovered over the last 4 years with you today. I still remember the first time I walked through those doors for a Sunday service almost 4 years ago, though it definitely feels longer than that now. I had just moved to campus that weekend, and so I'd barely been on campus for a full day and hadn't made any friends yet. Even though Press House had been recommended to me by multiple different people, I'll admit I was a bit nervous. This was my first time trying to find a new community, and since my beloved twin sister wouldn't come with me, I had to do it all by myself. Yeah, get called out. As soon as I entered, however, I was greeted with smiling faces, and I was immediately offered a seat between Silas and Stephen, who some of you may remember, which immediately made me feel welcomed and included. From that point on, I never felt any anxiety coming into Press House, and it only took that one service to feel fully accepted and welcomed into this community. And I think that says a lot about what we have here. It also brings me to my first nugget of wisdom. Welcome new people with enthusiasm and open arms, because you never know how great of an effect it will have on people. We say that a lot, especially on council during Welcome Week, but I think it really is worth repeating. Even more vivid than my memory of that first service at Press House is my memory of the last time our freshman connection group met in person. It was right before spring break of 2020, so you all know what that means. And this week we were making and eating dinner together. I was quite literally running late from a Calc 2 exam, which I totally bombed. And with the news of a growing pandemic, I arrived at Press House out of breath with my mind spinning and my anxiety at an all-time high. As I entered Pridham Lounge, I was somewhat shocked to see that everyone was relatively calm and in good spirits. How was this possible when we all seemingly knew this could be the last time we all saw each other in person for a while? That's when I learned my second nugget of wisdom. Sometimes, when the world is on fire and the future looks entirely uncertain, all you can do is take a deep breath, have faith that it'll all be okay, and enjoy what we still have. I think that applies to me and my fellow almost graduates right now just as much as it did back in March 2020. My third story is less of a single instance at Press House and more of a reflection on my time as a student. Back before college, I was definitely a try-hard, straight-A student, and I expected to more or less keep that trend going. I'd become somewhat of a perfectionist at that point. For the first semester, that was all right. I had a relatively easy course load, and I was able to keep up, no problem. My second semester, however, I had loaded up my schedule with 18 credits with big dreams of double majoring and getting 4 certificates and all that. Shouldn't be too difficult, right? Well, I was totally incorrect, and I started thinking about dropping a class just to save my own sanity. At first, I viewed this as a complete failure on my part. I was supposed to be a straight-A student, an absolute academic weapon. How could I be dropping a class and have B's or lower in half my classes? So naturally, I brought it up to my dad. He's a smart guy who knows what majoring in computer science is like. He must have some wisdom for me, and I'm not just trying to flat out because he's here. His response wasn't what I had been telling myself up until that point, that I should work harder, lock myself in the library cages until I caught up, remove myself from any possible distractions. Rather, after talking through the situation, he simply said, "Well, you're going to graduate on time?" That response, which I've heard a few more times since then, completely shifted my frame of reference and honestly saved me from a lot of pain throughout that rest of the semester and the rest of my college career. Which brings me to my third and my final nugget of wisdom. Your mental health and your happiness is way more important than what shows up on your transcript. Nor does your transcript reflect your value as a person or a student. Sometimes it's hard to see that through the rise and grind culture that we've all gotten so used to, but I assure you it's true. Look around at all the graduating seniors sitting next to you. While a lot of us have had to change our plans at some point, whether it's changing majors because we lost interest, or dropping a class, or even just skipping an assignment because we just needed a break. Everybody has their own path, filled with highs and lows, and some scary last-minute changes, but we all made it to the finish line, and you all will too. Thank you.